Antoine, welcome to
Hey,
BetaTalks. So good to have you here.
same. So glad to be here.
We made it. And you are in France, aren't you?
Yes, yes, yes.
What's
In
the
the
vibe?
middle of it's yeah, it's an in my box great day, resting weekend. Yeah,
Oh, I was expecting some French vibe, but yeah, in your box.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Same
Anyway,
friend. Yeah.
maybe have some French food tonight and some French wine and, not
No,
even
it's
that.
since my wife is in another town for yeah, I'm pretty much lazy on this part. I love to eat, but I'm not the best at cooking. So
Okay, so you do like me then, like whatever ingredients there are, kind of pick from the
yeah, yeah,
ingredients. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm very lazy too. But yeah, maybe we can work on that, SE
Yeah,
last. That's our demon. So
totally.
let's get started. So you were typed quite a while ago. Do you want to share your type and also let us know when were you typed?
Okay, so I am audio, so NF, NITI, sleep blast consume play. Yeah. So and I have been type long time ago. Yeah, it's so 3 years now. Yeah, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and 4 years in 4 years in the class and 4.5 years with the YouTube free channel. Yeah. So
Wow.
long time.
So you're kind of
Yeah.
a veteran, aren't you? Yeah. So if we have
Yeah,
any
and
questions,
it took
yeah.
me 2 years to go with the community. So
Yeah, I feel you. I was in the class for a year, a bit over a year before I got into the community. So
yeah.
IJ style, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Need to understand before getting the new.
Exactly. Sleep over
Yeah,
play. Yes.
yeah, totally.
And in your case, it's kind of extreme because you are sleep first and play last.
Yeah, yeah. And I had the depression also during this time, so it was yeah, a lot of tidal wave
Okay, yeah.
on crack. Yeah, yeah.
Was
But
that
it's over. It's over. But
it's over? Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
Awesome. But is that what brought you to OP? Maybe that's too personal. You don't have to
oh
answer.
no problem. No, it was a totally SE random consume. I was searching to make my NI video game with friends,
Mhm.
and I was trying to make to write a great character to make them not one-dimensional but really complex.
Oh, yeah.
And I discovered MBTI and then a French channel of OP, and so Devenchan. So after this is a rabbit hole of
Wow. So what
yeah,
was the timeline between the discovery of MBTI to OP? Was it pretty close or?
pretty close. Something like I don't know, 6 months. Yeah, something like this.
Oh,
So really not a lot of. And I was it was on consume lazy part when I discovered MBTI. So it was yeah, I didn't discover that much with it. But OP it was really yeah. At first it was yeah, it's a great for writing character, and then I have started to use it on myself, and this was over.
yeah. Tell me more about that. Like, how did you start using it on yourself?
Searching for my own type at first, like I suppose a lot of people in the community.
Yeah.
But it was yeah, it's even difficult to remember what it was before, because OP is so much in my mind all the time right now. It's a filter that I put on the world.
Right.
Always there is a with this high sleep everything that I'm seeing it's like taking a little of a pattern. Oh, this could be this one, this one, but not overthinking it at all. It's just yeah, on the day to day, it's And analyzing people, I suppose, yeah, a lot, yeah, even more. So
yeah, because when we find a pattern, I say we because we're both in the same grant stack with the same functions and even the same modalities.
yeah.
So we're pretty close, even if you are self over tribe and I'm tribe over self. But yeah, but I'm just thinking that when we find a pattern, like, and it makes sense, we will kind of filter our understanding of the world through that pattern. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, totally. And it's to have discussed this sometime with EP. I didn't have an answer at this moment, but it can feel a bit of a shallow. I can understand that from the outside, we are always trying to refine our pattern and try to see if it can be the same. It's the same, the same, the same.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, we are also really, I'm sure you can relate to that, really careful. We are really aware that there is a lot that isn't the same, but we are interested in the parts that overlap. Yeah. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
removing the other stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're not being totally narrow-minded, maybe. But
yeah. Totally. It's like I know that OP can't explain everything, but
no.
I'm curious just to see, can it explain more that I know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great explanation. I agree. Yeah. And I guess we need several different patterns to kind of understand things. It's not just one filter, but we have a couple.
Yeah. It's a lot of overlap that can be really messy when we explain it out loud, because to give example, you have also to show. It's like I will talk about I'm incapable to give a sensory example, but I will talk about a moment, another one, something that I have saw, and there is a lot of differences on this. But when I'm saying this, it's like, for me, it's like no, I forget that I have to say it out loud. That try to see in the example that I'm saying not what is different from all of this, because I know there is a lot of difference with all this example, but where they overlap, because this is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's hard for us to connect, I think, our understanding to the sensory words. There is like a discrepancy between how our intuition works and the words that we're kind of trying to reach for, the words and the explanation of it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I feel like this is also, I was talking with a friend from the community who she's SIT, and I was saying she was saying, with SI you want precision, to be really precise with the word. It has to be perfectly worded, but it's not a good NI if you can't change the sensory. So when I have to say a sensory, it feels like crap. I have to give you a shit ton to make the NI happen, but alone they are not enough. Yeah, always not enough.
Yeah, that's so true. So we're not looking for that exact right word or exact right expression, but we
feminine NI also.
Yeah, that's a very important difference between the SI and the SE. Yeah. So back to your type. Before you were typed, so you had like a lazy phase of MBTI for about 6 months before you found OP. And at that time, did you kind of type yourself, like the usual self-test?
Yeah, the 16 personality.
Yeah.
Discover MBTI with this one. And what was the first? When I was making the test, I was finding INFP. And when I discover OP, I was thinking, so I have reverse engineered the test, thinking, okay, so when I have the choice between these two, I was thinking I'm probably an INFJ.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I was answering the test with thinking, okay, when it's too clear for me when you have choice between kindness and being harsh,
Yeah.
that you choose kindness. And so it has make me from the test an INFP because of this. And so I was more careful to not be always all in on kindness, and then it balanced out INFJ. So yeah, maybe there is something a bit true on their test, but you have to be so self-aware to make it work. Yeah, so it's probably most of the time typing.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a lot of truth to it, or it wouldn't have survived for so long. You know, people are doing this on scale and are really serious about it and working with it and all that. So yeah, for sure, there is a lot of substance. But I think also, like, even in OP with definitions, what they say is you kind of need to create your own understanding of things, your own NI pattern of the functions of the system and so forth. And that is always like kind of a danger if you're going to use something that, for example, if I make a test, that is my understanding being reflected in the test. And maybe the one who receives the test will, you know, understand it in a very different way. So how do you translate something so that it becomes objective? And I think that may be where MBTI is very prone maybe to the subjective interpretations more.
Yeah, totally. The fact that you self-type yourself is just so dangerous.
Yeah.
But even it's true when with OP. But I feel like this is a void of OP because it's NI-SE axis that is talking, and NI is so personal. You have to make your own NI of their NI. But for people with SINE, I have some friends I think are ENTP or with NE, at least NESI, and when was really interesting in it, and then they came into the website before it was a better version, and it's like nothing is narrow. It's you have to take so much sensory from everywhere to make your own definition, and so it's so
that's so true.
You need an eye.
Basically you need an eye. It's very hard to, I guess, find the right SI to explain the system, but maybe in time.
To be fair with them, well, if there was, it will be the end of the journey for them to do the SI. So it could be complete when they will do this. So,
exactly. And I'm sure that other functions, like people with other functions, can be helpful with that as well.
Totally.
In time.
Already the Discord and the community are already. I have learned so much from people on the community, as much as Dev and Shine.
Yes, I also learn a lot from the community. It's so useful, both all the YouTube channels and as well as talking like on the Discord and so forth.
True.
But it's interesting that you got yourself as an IP, and then by kind of understanding the concept of the test, you even got yourself as an INFJ. That's really
probably a bit of luck also. I had a guess that we was the test make us switch on the where we are balanced will be imbalance in our answer, because it's so clear for us what you have to do on the double decide. So you will feel like a decider from the test because you always choose. It's super clear for you. Where control and chaos will be more meh. Feel more balanced, so because of this.
Let's dive into that, because we both have NI at the top, so we are single observers, which means that there is like a huge gap between our first observer function and our last. So our last is SE. How does that play out in your life? Like, have you any examples?
Yes. The simple one, the simplest one that is on the day-to-day is not. I'm so much into what I should be doing next that I'm literally, you can take it like directly, that I'm not really taking in the sensory around me. I'm just taking in what is needed for my path. So, and with the audio, it feels even worse because with the masculine sensory, it feels like I don't even need my focal point of my eyes, but just where are the stuff to move to, but you don't really collect the new stuff here at all.
Right. Yeah, it's like we are having this binoculars and looking through them. So we kind of stumble on the things that are right in front of our feet because we're not looking.
Totally. I'm, by example, a welder since 6 months. And when I was at work, it was so many new stuff, and I have to search for some stuff that I have never saw close. And so it feels like you have to scan everything because if I don't know what I'm searching before I'm searching it, it's like I can't find it. It's even from if I want to cook and search for ingredients.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking it should be this packaging and it's another one, I will not see it. It's as terrible
it's
as
not
this.
in the OI box.
Yeah,
kind of.
I will insist and finally find it, but sometimes I was searching around the exact object that it was in front of me,
right.
And at the end, oh, okay, it was in front of me.
Interesting. Do you have any concrete sensory examples, like a specific dish that you were cooking and some ingredients that
it's difficult because it happens so I'm catching myself so many times on this. Some pasta, my wife has took the pasta and putting in another box transparent.
Yeah, in transparent, something that you can see through. I don't
know.
un
bocal.
Like a bowl? Bocal.
Yeah. Not totally, but it's enough for the example. Yeah. So I'm missing that it's not anymore in the packaging, and I have to rescan everything to oh. And my wife is, you have done this since a long time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been there staring at you all the time.
Yeah, and I'm just it's not in what I want to do to use, so it's right. It's an NI pattern that I think so far is true for pretty much every last function. It's the literally the lot of input of it, and even when you have it, you don't respect it. If you like with SE, it's like there is some news that I have really saw and it's, don't care, it's not important. And even when I try to put my attention into searching for something, you can still see it. So sometimes I'm thinking, can this pattern could be true for people with FE last or FI last, the real lack of just input, you don't practice it because it's like you are lacking
the practical,
it feels like a bit a disease a bit.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. I'm laughing. But having NI is also about planning. And I know before I got my type, I wasn't even aware of how much my brain is planning ahead. I think somehow we are always in our default wiring, and that's how we see the world. So I think that was just something that I thought was natural. Like, this is something everyone does, you know?
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So I couldn't even explain, like, how do I plan? I felt like, no, I don't. I don't plan because it was so natural. It's
Interesting.
like breathing. Like if someone asks you, are you breathing? Or how do you breathe? Like, can you explain how you're breathing? It's very hard.
I'm thinking this is maybe I have D not activate with the play and you GI. Because if I relate to what you are saying,
Mhm.
from my point of view, I was really aware that I was planning a lot,
Oh,
and
that's so interesting.
particularly unaware that not everyone was doing this. So it's the spectrum
Mm.
of others that was a big. This was the biggest blind spot of with OP to discover how different I was from others. Yeah,
Oh, wow. So
it was a
that's so
huge.
interesting. So my
It's like
DE
yeah,
was
go for it.
probably making me not see that. Oh, I was less self-aware in a sense, I guess. Would be
But you
the
was more aware that maybe of the from it's being unaware of yourself from both sides also, because if I really know myself, but I can't put myself into the tribe, I'm missing something.
yeah,
So
right. You don't see your role in the tribe, like
yeah,
what role you are
how
playing.
how different you are from other. Yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah, you have one or the other perspective when you're, that's so interesting. Yeah, I think where I was going with that, the whole planning thing, like if you would like to maybe explain what your planning looks like, because when I was thinking of my own planning, like with time, it's more like a general overview thing. It's not really, I mean, it can be specifics, but not very often. It's like I have a plan, like a road, like a path. They say that you have a way, but there are many different sensories that can apply to this path, you know? Like you said before, the difference between SE and SI. Like for us, we can grab different SE words to explain something or different SE examples. And I feel that applies also to when we are planning, that there are many SE options that can accomplish that plan, that path that you have. Would you agree on that?
yeah, totally. I will maybe not phrase it like this. I feel like what you are saying is also correlated to feminine NI also.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Because it feels like as long as we have the goal, if we come from this way or this way or this way, so you multiply all the sensory possible to you can improvise so much. It feels like with I'm sure you can relate with masculine SE, that is what has happened or hasn't happened is fixed in stone, and you can use it. By example, if you are doing a milestone for your goal that was really great, you have it, it's in stone, you can be proud of it. But if you haven't done it, and so the first step of your plan is still not, you have still not been doing it, you have to replan to make it easier, and so change the sensory or making
That is so true. So
improvise.
basically, before we know what sensory we need, while we are still open and searching, kind of, then many things can still apply. But once you found it, then you have kind of locked onto that sensory because it's masculine sensory. And this is the way, this is the thing you are going to use now.
Yeah, totally. And so you are saying, for doing, like for myself, if I want to make a video game alone, close to alone, it was pretty open on the NI and the milestone. It was, by example, can you work 12 hours a day? Because I have never saw someone succeeded in this and working little, even if it's shitty work, but can you handle the pressure? And I have saw for so long and so fast that I was not even a bit close of this goal. It was at best 4 hours of real work, and sometimes I was capable of doing more, but I was disliking it. So it was also a problem for me. you can go to 10 or 12 hours a day if you also dislike this 10 or 12 hours. So it was a new milestone, and I have practiced it, trying to make this sensory happen in real life. And I was failing. And at some point I was saying, okay, there is another way, or do you have to replay totally?
Right.
And this is where the NI is more, have to respect, what happened and what hasn't happened.
Yeah. So do you feel that in a way, because we kind of obsess about that sensory thing because it's masculine, that we get more, maybe not as flexible with our NI, like we're kind of making it hard for ourselves to see different ways?
I feel like we are putting probably too much pressure in the SE in a way that if this first step I fail at it, and it's just the first step when I have a 1,000 of other steps to do. It feels like such a you demultiply the failure, because this one should have been, since it was the first step of my plan.
Yeah.
It should have been the easiest, and it's way harder than I was thinking it was. So it put it makes you feel like your plan is close to impossible when you fail.
Yeah.
So maybe the playlist in me that
that's interesting. Yeah, let's talk more about the play last, because you are actually InfoDom and I am Energy Dom, so we're different in that way. So basically it means that when you're InfoDom, you have sleep last or play last, and with me then you have consume last or blast last if you're an Energy Dom. So the void will be with the energy or the info. So if you compare yourself to other InfoDoms versus Energy Doms, can you see that difference, that you are an InfoDom, and how can you see it? And with the play last?
Yes. Now it's putting in it word.
Let's think it.
It's with other playlists it's really easy, because it's like the right now I'm not sure I'm really doing play at all since the beginning. I feel like I'm really listening to what you are saying and taking in, and see where I have something to blast that match, that cross.
Right.
But it's not really building and not knowing where I build on what you are saying, where I feel like it's more play. Yeah. But
play is quite random, would you say?
It's more, it's not totally that is random, but it feels more you don't, the moment you overthink your play, it's not play.
Yeah, like I thought I was savior play. I'm not. Yeah.
But but
you're looking for the information that you already have. You're not really looking to discover maybe something new, totally new.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the play in general, but at least how play, it's vibing in the moment with this person will say something and you feel this and you just be natural and let go and just don't over filter your feeling, your thinking, and so it's too late, because if it's not in there is a timing. It's like I can see in myself so much play that I'm doing here, but I'm thinking, okay, but where does it come from? Yeah. Oh, down, it's too late now.
Yeah.
And it's over. Yeah.
The train has already left the station. Yeah. A classic. So, because what they say now, like this whole discussion about energy DOMs versus info DOMs, it's quite new and it's very interesting. Like the three who actually found this pattern, Catherine and Uzair and Ikram.
Ikram, yeah.
Yeah, they have been sharing it now with the community, and it's super interesting. And I've heard a lot of discussions about it as well. And
Same, yeah, same.
one main point seems to be that, like, I guess that we somehow seem to be maybe triggering each other sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you see that? Like, as an InfoDom, how do you get triggered by an energy dom, for example? Like in real
I feel
life.
like the with InfoDom you are consume and blast, and so it feels like when you are talking or if I'm reusing and if I'm blasting something that you have said, I will be really careful to see if it match, if your consume is okay with my blast, and same in the reverse. It's like, and maybe also even when I'm talking out loud, it feels like I'm consuming my blast real time and checking if I'm not saying some bullshit stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's all the time about refining the information, making it pure, maybe, or as true as possible, and that we are both on the same page then. Like
but by example, Dev and Chan, when they are trying, it's still good by the way, but when they are trying to make InfoDom by talking more about something, a class or I feel like they are a bit missing what is really the core of InfoDom. InfoDom is, by example, just saying when you don't know that you don't know. It's
exactly, yeah. It's not like saying the same thing over and over and over again, but it's like, okay, this is what we know, and now there is silence.
Yeah, and be really careful when you say something, to not say stuff that you think isn't true, probably because I'm TI. But I feel like people with FITE, I was surprised with Ikram and
Catherine.
And Catherine, thank you. To hear them talking as if there was TI from my point of view, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. And it was feeling a bit weird to think there is a TI vibe to InfoDom and an FI authenticity vibe to EnergyDom. I feel like you are like they are saying you are trying to match how other people see you from the play, how you behave with them, and how you see yourself with the sleep. Yeah. So
yeah, maybe the TI vibe comes from that you're actually building something. Like you're building, so you're blasting and I'm consuming, then I'm blasting, you're consuming, and it's still the same thing. Like we're building, we're stacking in a way the knowledge, more similar to the TI process than the TE of throwing everything over, to see wherever it sticks and not. So it's more streamlined, maybe you could say, the process of the information.
It feels like you are as like double observer, you are doing double consume blast, double info, like the same NI principles are when you are double deciding or double observing. It's a dance, and it's so it's Ikram that was saying this. I have applied it in my real life. I have forgetting that I was applying with this feminine NI memory. But by example, the fact that with EnergyDom, if you are, how to say this, when I have to use my play, it's a bit too all in. It's close to like a conversation like right now. I could never stop it. It's too much play, probably.
Yeah, right.
The switch is really hard. And I feel like with sleep and play, when it's balanced each other, it's you can put boundaries, but not too much. You can really process something, but you have to make something happen in action in the real world of what you are processing.
Right. It's not all or nothing, or
on off. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Like being a single decider, it's hard to take the other perspective because it's down in the fourth
totally.
slot. And yeah. And I think also what they have been saying is like when you are, they kind of compare being InfoDom is a lot like being like a decider, double observer, like a double observer. And being energy dom is a lot like being a single observer or a double decider.
Yeah. It feels really true. Yeah, I feel like really on the edge of a decider IP for an outsider.
So no wonder you actually typed yourself as an IP. And I'm thinking, like in your case, you're very lucky to be an InfoDom and a single observer because you are more balanced in that way. If you compare to me, I'm both energy dom and single observer. So it's kind of observer on top of observer, you know?
I'm not sure it's true from what I have understand. At least it feels like they were saying that when you are InfoDom, you are even more stuck on the observation and less on action. Where you are observer and energy dom. So the energy dom make you a bit more decider action in a way.
Oh, it's the other way around. Oh, okay. Interesting. So now I got some refining of that information. Thank you.
So I'm even more imbalanced on stuck in observation and never putting action on it.
Oh, okay. So I'm the balanced one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so depressed before. Now I'm happy. Okay, I hope that's true then. Good. I'm thinking of, you said something about video games. Is that what you do for work or is it like a hobby?
It just, I have tried for 10 years to make it my work and failed 2 times. And now it's just my passion because OP has helped me to clean up a lot of I was following my NI and this was dangerous. So I'm trying to take care of the SE right now and putting to passion and now trying to make a plan to maybe one day do something of it, but slowly and with real action on it.
So you are, that sounds more balanced. So now you're kind of scanning the spectrum of SE. What other options are there for you?
I'm realizing how much we are, at least me, crazy with NI. It's like we can go so far on Wonderland and seeing what could be the best, but making it real in the real life, it's so much SE that you have to do. That it's close to a jail if you really want to do this. And it's you will really fast. I have really fast discovered that the price was too hard to achieve. And in a short period of time also. It was a goal that few people are capable of doing, and probably you need 20 or 30 years. So trying to do it alone on 5 or 10 years, it was just and you are and discipline and not putting enough energy, so it was just impossible at this moment, at least.
But I mean, it has to start somewhere, so it's good to just keep failing, and in the end you will succeed.
Totally, and the journey was really interesting. In a way, it was a really dark time this 1 year before and the 3 years for this 1 year. It was really depressed, really
to kind of realize that it's not going to work out the way you wanted it to work out.
Already before OP, I was really aware of this, and with OP, it has accelerate, to hell.
Oh no!
So suicidal stuff. So it was dark. But it's
Yeah.
great to go through this. It's like I'm immune to my own insanity now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I guess that's a danger with NI, like when we go so all in on one thing, and then when that doesn't work out, everything else seems meaningless.
Yeah. I feel like we are a bit too good at seeing the cause and effects of life.
Yes.
And so we can make a huge plan and so of if this happens, this can happen. So it's like reverse engineer. You choose an end and you see how you can make it happen in real life. But you have simulate everything that could have been interesting. So if I go this path, okay, so this will happen. This. Do I will feel great? Yes, no, maybe, not sure. Yeah, it's not that good. Yeah, at the end I will feel I will be alone, or it's shitty. So not this one, not this one. And we find the perfect one. And so everything that is not this feels like crap. Yeah, feels like shitty day-to-day bullshit stuff. Yeah. So it's
yeah, because it's not leading to that fulfillment. It's just
it feels like it's a waste of time if you aren't in the best trajectory of what you can be.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, like the deep awareness of also the end of things, like the NI is kind of a friend of mine described it yesterday. Have you seen the movie Benjamin Button, the life of Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
So he lives his life kind of in reverse. So he's old and wise, the guru in the beginning of his life, and then he becomes the baby in the end of his life. And I feel, and she was telling me that it's like NI, and I really agree on that. Like that's how we live our lives in a way. Like we start with a goal and we work our way back from there. And in the end of the life, we discover the here and now, like the SE and the enjoyment of just the moment, you know. Kind of.
I feel like we are so much sacrificing the present for the future. I have discovered that this is so harsh on your day-to-day. Because it's like if you are doing one of these masculine ST for your plane, it's just a minimum, because there is so much more to do, and if you fail, you feel like crap. So it's normal or bad. It's never great. So
it's gray. Yeah. Dark gray.
I have learned to shit on the master plan and just relax and let go, and and it's less pressure on the day-to-day, and so you are more in the moment also on the little scene.
So tell me more about that, like that, about living in the moment. Like what things are there now that you can enjoy that you maybe didn't notice or enjoy like 10-15 years ago?
That's a good question. It's such NF vibe, so it's I don't know. It's by example with this job. I'm such an observer on this, but it was such a struggle to find the perfect job for me. So I was deciding to create my own one. But I was so, what is the word in English? So
in French?
It's even in French, I'm searching for the right word.
That's so typical. And I don't find the words in Swedish. I don't find them in English. I never find the words.
At least we have masculine sound, sorry.
Yeah,
it's
helps a bit.
Condescending.
Condescending.
Yeah. When I was finding a job that I was thinking is shitty, probably the SF spectrum.
Right.
I wasn't glad to have the luck to be capable to make the job happen, and there is always a way to make it great or bad. And I'm also so much GI. It was so focusing on me, where right now I'm a welder. I have forced myself to make this job because to work the SE full trying to make in practice in the plane my own sleep advice. It was really hard, but I was so glad to have such a great mindset, to just be grateful to finally have a job and just focusing on what is great in the job. And of course there is some bad. So I will be so fast at seeing all the bad, but where can it be great, and where can it not be just for me, but where can I help other by doing this job? And now I love the job that I was thinking at first it was a shitty one, and now it's probably the where I am the more peaceful.
Wow.
I'm good at TI good at my work, and I'm being validated by the play of other. It's not me that I'm saying is good, it's other.
Right. So you're connecting to both your FE, like bringing value to the tribe, and to the actual here and now, like the sensory of here and now, and doing the best of it.
Well said. Yeah.
The play. Yeah. Wow.
And it's now even more, the difficult part now is more when I am outside of the world, because I have for a long time it wasn't the case, but now I have I really deserve this free time because I have worked for it, and so I can really do everything of it, even doing nothing like I was a lot doing before, but without the shame on it.
Yes,
and
you can enjoy.
It's so freeing, and same time it's also so I can do whatever I want. And so sometimes I'm still a bit shamed to not do that much of it and just enjoy the moment. It's the thing that I'm not building something, I'm not constructing, I'm just right now. But I have learned I need this time to recharge, and
yes.
And it's the nice part. This is maybe what I have really discovered, the nice part of let go and just be in the moment, and don't follow what you want to do in the moment, what you feel, what you...
Right. And you, as you said, you feel that you deserve it, and that brings more quality to the enjoyment to the experience of just having a good, relaxing time.
A lot, just because it removes the shame of it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I was living in shame for 10 years. So yeah, it was harsh on self.
Wow. Yeah. What a relief then. What an intense relief for you. Yeah. What about, we were talking about before the interview about the modality, the audio, and you said that you didn't expect to be audio. What did you expect to be?
I was thinking as was a visual NETI normally.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
Sleep,
so
consume sleep blast play. Yeah, at first. Yeah. But on the modality visual. Yeah, because I realize now that I will never find a way to be sure of this, because you have to be someone else to be sure of this. But I realize now that my visualization is really blurry. It's not, I suppose, a real visual are really a picture that they could draw of it.
Yeah. Well, I would like to say that in a sense, you actually are visual, because your sleep is visual. So you have FM, visual sleep, and I have visual sleep too, but second. So I can really understand that you thought you were visual because you were looking at your sleep.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's totally. Yeah, I was thinking the same. Yeah, this has to come from this part of it is even for for an audio, because yeah, my visual modality is first. I have still a bit of power on it, yeah. So
yeah, so you
I can still
first visual sleep, and then you are double feminine blast,
yeah,
and then you are double masculine consume. So your audio function is last, your play, in a way. So it makes sense that it was kind of
Good point. I have never think about this. Yeah, true.
yeah. But you are still yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's still, I can see now that it's a visualization that is in movement, that is really kinesthetic. It's kinesthetic. It feels like I can grab a vision and move it. It feels like blocks that I'm building on it. It's
Yes,
so
I do that
impossible.
too. I do that too.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the visual sleep. Like I see the, like if I understand something, I kind of build something visual. It's not like a painting or anything, but as you say, blocks or patterns. It can be anything, like circles, some shapes and forms that connect somehow. So I see them, and by looking at those, then I understand, or I remember the concept, and I can talk about it and also build on it. So, and I also draw sometimes, like when I'm understanding something about, for example, the functions in OP and so forth. I draw, and then I understand better.
Okay.
But when it comes to art, like drawing, more artistic things, that's not really something that I do sometimes, but not like seriously or very good. But yeah, I think it's more for the memory of patterns. That's my main.
That's interesting. It feels like you are more aware of your sleep than me, because it feels auto. It's like if you ask me what is my sleep, now I can focus on it and probably see it like you are saying. But most of the time, it's just this visualization. It's close to all the time. It's with the blast, I feel like I can. I think a lot in a word. The TI head and probably the blast. I feel like make you have a lot of word in your head. At any moment I can. You can ask me what I think, and I can say it out loud. It will be exactly the same. But this I have discovered. This is still my blast. If I'm really honest. If I'm searching for what the fuck is doing my sleep. There is no word in it. It's
right. Yes, that is
seeing
interesting.
time. Yeah.
That makes sense, because similarly to, like, it's really hard to see your first function. Like I couldn't see my NI at all, and even to see and understand your last function. So it makes sense that the first and the last animal should be the hardest maybe to see as well. So the ones in the middle, like you're a double decider with the functions, you see your TI and your FE, and also maybe then you see your blast and your consume very well, very
This
clearly.
one is it's so clear.
Yeah, and I see my sleep and my play.
Yeah. I can hear this when you are talking about your sleep, because I really feel like to explain my sleep, it has to go through my blast, and I'm discovering what is my own sleep by wording it.
Yes.
And listening to it, so blast and consume, to triangulate.
So maybe you could enlighten me more about my blast, because that's your second function or second animal. So I probably can't see it.
I have a lot on this one.
Okay, go on. I want to hear the information.
It's it come. Benjamin is saying so many crazy stuff, a lot of wisdom, but I have a lot appropriate this pattern on my day to day. It feels like D is connected to action, and DI to intention.
So the tribe function is connected to action, and
Yes.
the self is for intention. Okay, yes, I'm following.
Yes. And the OI is like a path, and the OE a map.
Oh, interesting. So my NI is my path, my way, and the SE then is the map. Okay,
Yes.
expand. I want to build.
And so
a
you
picture.
can now if you name this animal like this, each animal with this wording, it's like sleep is a path of intention, and blast is a path of action.
Oh.
So the sleep is searching a path inside what you want in life, to what are your intentions, and blast is making it happen. And if you have both, you are so good at visualizing a vision and making the step for it. And the step of action are the blast. Yeah.
That is a very interesting description. Let's move on with the next one then. So what would it be for consume and play
consume
them?
will be the map of intention. It's like stealing intention from other.
Oh, okay. Map of
It's
intention. It's not your intention then.
It's I have saw this the lower the consume is, or the higher the consume is, it's like there is a waiting room, a consume waiting room from when I'm gathering stuff, gathering intention, gathering intention of other. That doesn't come from me. So by reading, by watching, by anything that is coming from outside for me, it feels like with the consume last, it's, by example, it's a lot on off, like a lot of the last animal. It's like you have to make this new intention that you have discovered yours, or just remove it and don't want to listen to it, or but there is no in between.
Okay.
And so I feel like the higher the consume is, the more you are okay to, there is a waiting room to potential new intention that you can grab if you want, or just let them be. Not sure if you want to take them or not. Yeah.
So the more consume you have, it's more likely that you will be more adaptable with the self, movable with the self.
Totally. Yeah.
So in my case, I'm not very movable. I have consumed.
Yeah, but it's also, I feel like it's also normal, because to have talked a lot with a friend that I feel like it's my type, but extreme type, but consume last. So it was really interesting, since I have consumed third, he was consumed last. The play and the consumer, I've learned a lot to just talk with him, the little differences. It's also because when you have sleep-based play and you discover a new stuff that you want to link to yourself, you will make it happen. So it's not, you don't have to, this waiting room that if you are consuming something that you want to implement and put action on it, it will happen. So there is no waiting room. It's like I discover it and making into a sleep-based action. And so,
but maybe I'm still making it happen. The action is still not only for me, because the blast is also for the tribe, right? But the consume is for the self. So there is the difference.
It's not sometimes not that clear that this is where I feel like it's a better sometimes NI to say that D is action. I can see this in myself. It's like expanding energy. The end, not for someone else is difficult, but it's already super difficult just for me. Just expanding energy at all, doing action in the right now, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
And but I feel like this is where there is a practice. You are right to say that you are probably still how to say this. I have saw this on a lot on the consume last the lack of how to say this, but it's also such a beautiful quality also. And I feel like they are cheating so much on the consume last on
you have the ability to shut things out, which can be a gift also.
Yes, there is this, but there is also you feel like you have enough. There is something so kind in this, and so peaceful also, to feel like, why should I want more for myself?
Right.
Yeah, literally consume. Yeah,
that's why the gurus are the consume last.
Yeah,
the peaceful ones.
That's a good point. Yeah, but so you like practice to be frustrated, to not have more. But I feel like the first the thing that is so hard to practice when you have consumed less, to practice it, just to find a way to want more. But it's such an, if it's not your need, it's not your need. It's difficult to to bullshit yourself.
Right, exactly.
You feel like you have enough. You feel like you have enough. It's so
you also have double masculine consume, like I have. Like how do you experience it, that it is double masculine? Because I heard, like I think it was Zach, also INFJ, but he has double feminine consume, and he feels very movable with his consume, like he can take in so many different things, very open. How would you say that it plays out for you, having the opposite, double masculine?
It feels like from me, it feels like a wall of this is where I'm the harshest. It's does this new information is true? Literally, SCTI. Does this is true? And I have, it has to pass this wall to make something out of it. But I'm really okay to just remove. No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. No. Or on the stuff that I like to consume, I don't like this. I know what I like, and if it's not in what I really want to consume, it's I don't care.
It's touching on what we were talking about in the beginning before the interview. We were talking about characters, how important it is that they are complex and real, that we can relate to them, and actually this is someone who could exist in reality. And if not, it's pointless to watch the show or the movie, even though it can be a very good story, a plot, everything else can be good.
Even more frustrating. It's like, it was so great on so many aspects, and this one is so bad, and it destroys
everything. It's like we can't overlook when it's not true. It needs to be true, or as authentic as possible, close to the truth as possible.
Totally.
Like the dream for me would be, this is maybe should I say,
do you want to say it?
No, but in they have like the Facebook groups for people in OP who are actually into writing stuff, and they are using that, what you said also, like using the tool, like the OP system, to build authentic characters. And I think that's very interesting. And like, that's basically my dream. Maybe OP will not be enough, but when we have more knowledge to be able to, implement it even in entertainment. I don't know. Some people say that entertainment doesn't have to be, reality based, and I mean, the stories can be fantasy, but the characters have to be true for me.
I feel like how to say this, they are they have to be how you say this, coherent, consistent in English,
yes,
consistent with himself. It's like if you are in a world where 1 + 1 = 3, I'm okay with this. But
yeah,
you have to say all the time that when we have 1 + 1, it has to be equal to 3. So you have to be consistent with your own rules. Yeah.
Yeah,
But after this, you can go wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Maybe that's even not just the double masculine consume, maybe that's our OI as well. Like stay on the path, be true and stay on the path.
Yeah, you can't cheat on the cause and effects. Yeah, probably something like this.
Yeah. It's so hard to appreciate the consume when you are so picky. But I'm just now at this point, I'm just practicing to take in and take in and take in and not filter as much as I used to. Because I'm just trying to strengthen the muscle, the consume muscle by doing the reps. Even if I kind of feel an inner resistance, I just try to do it anyways,
But this is where the InfoDom and EnergyDom is really healthy. I feel like I have done a lot of play for during my depression, taking too seriously OP and really practicing my demon. I wasn't really realizing that I was even more over controlling myself by doing this. And so it was play. I have close to just say yes to every party or.
Oh no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, and it was way too much. It was also like you were saying, great to do the reps because there was way more good in it that I was thinking. A party, oh no.
Sometimes you discover something. Yeah, okay, to be honest, I don't take in everything. I don't. Maybe I was exaggerating a bit. But yeah, like I try to be more open than I was before. Maybe that's a more correct way.
It will not also be healthy. It's great that you are doing this because it will not be healthy to be consume first and blast also. To just switch like me being just a crackhead play first with no sleep. It's play and sleep are beautiful, or consume and blast are beautiful where they are together. Yeah,
balanced. Yeah, right.
Or where you choose to let them be imbalanced and just let go of the consequences.
Yeah. These days I'm trying to shut up more and listen and take in more to find the balance. But I still need to use my blast, and I need to regulate and limit my consume as well. So it's, as you say, it's important to still have the balance between the two.
Cool. I have this feeling with you. It's really, even on Discord, or you are really quiet. You don't. It will be hard to. For at first when I have know you could have been InfoDom for me because of this. But sometimes I'm thinking, is it possible that when you think you are consuming, you are in sleep?
Yes, I am in sleep. Yes, it is true. Yeah. I have a very hard time to be here in the moment, taking in the moment, but I'm trying.
For yourself, yeah.
Yes. It's a lot of sleep processing that I think I was mistaken for consume before.
Yeah.
But it's sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, the last animal is a difficulty. It's I feel like we are recombinating the last animal. It's like my play. I'm taking the SE from my consume and the FE from the blast, and doing consume and blast really fast to make a fake play, but it's not play. It's
How
not
could I do that?
Play.
That's very interesting. Like, so I could then pick. Wait a minute, I have to do the math.
Your sleep and play, yeah.
Yeah, so I can pick the TI from the sleep and the SC
OE.
from the play.
Yes.
So I do the play and the sleep really fast.
And
Then it
this is where
becomes consumed.
you fake consume, yeah. But it's still working. It's still really, but it's not the, it's probably not, but it will be probably really difficult to discover it. It's like, I can take from my example, really let go and just say on the moment what someone is putting chaos from the tribe, and I'm reacting to it without overthinking, just in the moment. I see this here, but it's never go through my mouth. So
Right.
and sometimes I'm doing it, but when I'm doing this, it feels even really connecting to other. Just not take. I'm taking probably with this playlist a bit like an IP, taking myself way too seriously. It's like I want to filter. I can't just let go of every boundaries because I will show how much of a little girl inside I am.
That's so funny. Yeah.
But it's because I want to control how others see me. It's so high IP like, yeah. And
yeah, and I think also very InfoDom like, to control like how people see you. I think that's a very strong trait of the InfoDoms.
Yeah, it could be on point. Yeah, what you're saying. Yeah, I was surprising that with the discussion on InfoDom from Ikram and Catherine and User, that even the sleep last was hiding their sleep.
Yes.
A lot. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
When I was using the math, I was thinking that they was showing their sleep all the time and not realizing it. But maybe not. Maybe not. So.
Maybe not. Maybe there is another layer, some missing information there. So, yeah.
I have said this, and Ikram have said something probably really true. It's so harsh on people when you have consumed or sleep loss, because with the mass of OP, it's like you have a blind spot and you have nothing to say about it because you can see it. So you have to agree. It's a bit harsh. So when you are saying to someone that is sleepless that you can see yourself and he feel like he sees a lot, it's like, yeah, but so I suppose no, but I have to trust it. But he hasn't the sleep to be sure of it. It's like I'm so sure that my type is my type. With this sleep high, it's like I'm seeing in all the time, real time. It's I don't have to prove it to someone or someone to prove it to me. It's just I see it. It's so clear. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Wow, that's an insight. I have to rewatch this interview and just think about that. That was super interesting. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Okay. So to stay on the track here with the last part that I had prepared to talk about. So we talked about your audio, but then we were kind of sidetracked by all the other things. So can you now see that you are audio, like that's your main modality, and how can you see that?
Yes, in the like I was saying, the visualization, I suppose, I think I have heard this from visual people, FF or FM. When they see something, it's clear, but it's static. It's not moving. I can see in my mind that when I remember something, I feel like I have a camera, a 3D camera. I can turn. It's a movie where I can move the camera in it. So
like a visual can do.
Yes. But I was thinking, maybe it's not true, it's possible, but I was thinking that visual, it's something static. Yeah, it's not moving. They are seeing something.
Oh, yeah,
like
maybe the movable
movie.
thing would be like the kinesthetic aspect.
Yes. Yes.
The movement of it.
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember, how do you remember, like how if you would describe memories, like is it words, is it pictures, some other form, sounds?
It's still, there is some visual in it, but I can do right now remembering my day of work of Friday, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I can see the memory from when I was seeing into my eyes, and then I can be a little camera that go from above and remembering recreating the memory as if I could move in the 3D space. So it hasn't happened at all, since I can only see through my eyes, but it feels like I can do it, and everything follows the volume, the 3D volume still
cool.
fit. Yeah.
You've been playing a lot of video games. That's the thing. No, but it's kind of a 3D experience.
Yeah, I have worked in 3D for 10 years also, so I have probably practiced a lot of this.
Cool.
And,
wow. I don't know if
special awareness also. I'm sure you can probably relate.
Yes. Yeah, I remember when we had the clubhouse about the audio modality, and they were talking about remembering where, like, someone was parking their car in a big city, and how they remembered, or how this person remembered it. It wasn't like a clear picture of the area or exactly what the houses looked like or anything like that. It was more the awareness of the walk from the car to the place, to the house. Yes, more the spatial kind of memory.
A good point.
Yeah. And I can experience that, for example, when I'm driving to a place that I have been to before. I don't really remember. It's irrelevant if maybe someone built a new house. I will not recognize, it's there or it's not, I don't know the difference. But I'm kind of driving on the feeling, like I have kind of a gut feeling of where I was. And I think that is some sort of spatial memory.
Yeah, I can relate to this. Yeah,
almost like blind driving.
Yeah. The fact that also we sometimes exactly what you are saying, but even when I'm walking, it feels like I'm only watching with my not the focal point of my eyes, but the side. So I'm not really watching anything in particular. I'm just watching everything at same time. Yeah.
The overview.
Yeah.
The NI overview.
NI terrible.
Yeah. Did you ever have, like, I remember being younger, I was always kind of simulating different scenarios, like what could happen along the way, like preparing myself for sensory chaos, I guess, like a robber could come from there and, whatever, just imagining some sort of scenario, almost like a story that is playing out in your head, because the simulation becomes like a story.
It's a good question. It's probably where, it's a good point that you are saying. It's probably the chaos, probably from the consume. So
maybe because I have it last.
You are maybe more imagining stuff that has less probability to happen. I'm less focusing on this. Because I'm probably less afraid of the chaos on the.
Probably,
I'm more afraid
that's
of
a
the
good
chaos
point.
of the tribe, and less on the chaos of the real IC.
Yes, that makes so much sense. I think I remember Dave saying at some point that he was constantly preparing for sensory chaos. I don't remember if it was him saying it or if it was me thinking it, but I like imagining that you're walking somewhere and when a plane is flying over your head, you're kind of imagining the plane crash. And yeah, and you're kind of
That sounds so
expecting
hard.
it, you know,
Okay.
even if it's not stressful because it's just one of many possibilities. I know that's probably not going to happen, but still kind of preparing for the worst and hoping for the best scenario, you know. And I think I did that too, but much more when I was younger. And
Okay.
today I think I am learning to be more just aware of the here and now and not, you know, too much in the future. And yeah, so it's still there to some degree. And I wouldn't say that it's stressful because I think some people who don't have that function, it sounds a bit, you know, yeah, not so relaxing, I guess, but it's not. It's kind of just autopilot. It's nothing really that
You are also severe feeler also, so maybe.
Sorry?
Yeah, you are also a severe feeling.
Feeler. Yeah,
Feeler.
right. Yeah, maybe
So
that
maybe you are
plays in.
also more okay to feel bad stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's not
maybe
that bad for
that's.
you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe that is true. Yeah, I remember even being younger, I would play out scenarios and then I would kind of go into the feelings of what that would feel like, not only for me, but, you know, the people around. Like, you know, if there were some sort of catastrophic event. And I could even cry, like just by imagining that. And yeah, I don't do that as much anymore, or even at all. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. But you don't have those things going on, or did when you were younger.
It was probably because this NF is below this NT. Yeah, this path of intention that is really accurate, simulating something that has to work. So it's less.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, NF. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I was less, a bit of what you are saying, but probably less for sure.
Yeah, because we have it in reverse, the NF and the NT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also now I'm leaning more towards my NT than I did, you know. You're kind of working your way down and learning more about your second and third.
Yeah, it's so so impressive to see how much. Yeah, I'm 31 and same touching depression. I've accelerated this a lot, but during depression, I was feeling like I was practicing a lot my NF, my path of objective priorities. Yes, what I have to change my value, change what is really important for me, what isn't important. Yeah. So.
Right. And did that kind of, I mean, change your perspective or just change your path maybe?
Yeah, totally. By making this crazy master plan just a passion and completely let go. By also it was I'm not doing a lot right now, but when I'm doing my passion, it's such a beautiful moment. It's probably a lot of enough, by the way.
Yeah.
Everything is possible, and I don't limit myself in anything because I don't have now the pressure to make it happen at all. It was bad if you want to do this of a work, but for a passion, it's just perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. NF is it's kind of fun. It's not. There is no pressure. It's just fun.
Just imagining.
Yeah. I remember someone saying like a long time ago that, yeah, Alexa, she's probably gonna play through her whole life. And I think that was him staring at my NF first, like it's a lot of fun, you know, like this playful way of looking at things and maybe imagining. And I don't mind, I can do that. But yeah, I want to be more ST as well to actually put things into practice.
It's such a gift to make your imagination more interesting than reality.
Yeah,
But it's
it
so
is a
dangerous
gift.
also. But
It's
yeah,
dangerous, yeah, when it comes to, you have to actually check in with reality. Like
yeah,
if reality is okay, if you have all your needs covered, if everything is working, then it's kind of, yeah, then it's fun and relaxing and enjoyable. But if it's just
yeah,
causing chaos and making nothing work, then it's not worth
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's about growing up, I guess.
Probably.
Okay, so I think we have covered everything that I wanted to ask you this time around. And yeah, I'm so happy that you wanted to come. And do you have like any final words to maybe a depressed NI-TI guy who is 10 years older, younger than you? Any advice or any thoughts that you could share from your own path, your own journey so far?
Probably to discover how harsh you are with yourself.
Mm.
And so when sometimes I feel like I'm so judgmental about others, and even more judgmental on how I'm judging. It's layer of I'm judging how I'm probably sleep on the blast, maybe. But it's like when I'm losing how I'm harsh with myself on other, it's like directly I'm touching the FE probably from the blast that it's too much. But why is it okay when I'm doing it on myself?
Right.
And I have discovered that the more I was nice with myself, the more I was nice with others, and the reverse. The more I was kind with others, the more I was capable to let go and remove a bit of pressure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a lot of advice from Dev and Shine, I feel like, are especially dangerous for my type, but because they are saying do more pressure on self. And
right. Yes, and you already have like the full pressure on.
yeah, and no one can be more a jerk with me than
yourself.
I'm always surprised. Yeah.
So basically the advice would be to be more self-compassionate.
Yes. I can maybe the right balance, maybe I'm still learning this, but from the plain sleep, there is a good part to be harsh with yourself when you are not doing what you should be doing. But when you are now doing it, trying to do it, now you have to be your best friend. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you have to kind of be both your own parent and your own best friend, like interchangeably.
Yeah. To the sleep is really good to be the parent, then you have to be also the harsh parent, but also the nice parent with yourself.
Oh yeah, like the good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. And I was pretty much only the bad one, and
oh no,
even when I was doing good stuff, it was not enough, never enough, never enough. And so you don't reward yourself for good stuff. It's
right.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wow, that's a very nice summary, like a very good advice, and hopefully that is something we all can practice. Yeah. Okay, so I will see you around in the community, and thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.